great, my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this that exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening. Is in fact a If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Shalom Israel, this is the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, Chicago, coming to you with another edition of our Brotherhood class, you know what I'm saying. Today we'll be going over a heavy topic that's going on right now in today's society, man. It's really shaking up, you know what I'm saying, a large portion of our community, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic tribes, you know what I'm saying, is facing a lot. You know, Haitian tribe, you know what I'm saying? These brothers is facing a lot with this whole ICE thing. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going over that topic tonight. Of course, you know what I'm saying, what's going on specifically, you know what I'm saying, in Southern California. If you got any questions or comments, though, you know what I'm saying, you can put them into the chat. We'll get to the questions as soon as possible. You know what I'm saying? I got my main man here with me as usual. You know what I'm saying? Officer 1000 Karyash. You know what I'm saying? You know, that it's a heavy brother in his truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Raising up, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic tribes and, you know what I'm saying, the North American Indians, you know what I'm saying, with that, you know what I'm saying, the ISUPK reservation, you know what I'm saying, this brother is, you know, doing a lot of heavy moving in his work, you know what I'm saying? So big up to that, brother. So let's, if we got any questions in the room. No questions in the room, so I get right into my topic until you guys put some questions in that group chat. You know what I'm saying? You put some questions in the chat, and we'll get right to them. But let's get right into my topic. You got that article for me, Karyash? What's going on right now? Yeah. And just want to, you know what I'm saying, just say off bat, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, stance that our ISUPK been having for a long time, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, it hails to be true to this day, you know what I'm saying, since 1969, that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying, because this is none other than diabolical to call, you know what I'm saying, a nation or a nation of people, you know what I'm saying, or particular people, illegal immigrants, when you came and you removed them from their home and, you know, took something from them and then now call it your own and now call them illegal immigrants when you came over here as a thief and a robber. You know what I'm saying?
This is AP News, and this is the live updates on the LA protests. Trump authorizes the deployment of additional 2,000 National Guard members. Donald Trump has authorized the deployment of additional 2,000 National Guard members to respond to immigration protests in Los Angeles, according to U.S. officials.
Now, he deploying all of these National Guard members, you know what I'm saying, already got, you know what I'm saying, the whole ICE force, you know what I'm saying, heavy, you know what I'm saying, going out heavy and different things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? All for what reason? You know what I'm saying? All for what? You know, it'd be one thing for you to be talking about a situation to where people are being violent and people are, you know what I'm saying, getting, you know, hurting other people or, you know what I'm saying, doing something, some kind of, you know what I'm saying, like destruction to property and different things of that nature. You got people that's literally having a peaceful protest. You know what I'm saying? Most of these protests that was going on was 100% peaceful, nobody being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now, it did get volatile when you got, you know, the National Guard coming into play and you throwing, you know what I'm saying, what they call them, like tear gas and all over the place and hitting people with rubber bullets. You know what I'm saying? That kind of antagonistic behavior is going to, you know what I'm saying, cause some kind of volatility, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be some kind of violence come behind that. But, you know what I'm saying, as far as these protests before he deployed this National Guard and all this nonsense was peaceful. You know what I'm saying? you got it, Chris.
If I could, so what's so heavy about this, you know, for the longest time, you know, the Hispanics, brothers and sisters, they've been scared to say something. You know what I mean? Like, the older generation, you know, since they, like, the Hispanics got a thing like, if you a guest in someone's house, how you gonna critique someone's house?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you invite me over to your crib, how am I gonna be like, damn, your Don's house a mess? You know, man, your Don's house, you know, his water faucet don't be working. You know what I mean? When you invited me, you know what I mean? How am I gonna critique your house? You know, when I'm a guest in your house.
Right.
So that's how they felt about America for the longest time. Like, we guests here, you know, we are here legally. We shouldn't speak up. You know, and for the longest time, like, they haven't.
Right.
And now, finally, you see what happens in America when you finally poke a sleeping bear long enough. The bear gonna get mad.
Damn right.
And now these white people don't know what to do because now the Mexicans are actually, in the Hispanic tribes, they actually standing up for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I saw, like, one older Hispanic brother when the protest first started. He was outside holding a sign with the young folks. He was an older cat, had to be like in his 50s or 60s, but the sign said in Spanish, he's like, thank you to all you young folks that finally decided to say something when me and your parents were too scared to.
Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy material, man, because for so long, blacks and Hispanics have been trying to be, you know what I'm saying, just good little slaves here. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to find our way in this place. You know, hold our peace on all the vicious things that, you know what I'm saying, we see, you know what I'm saying, the injustices that go on in the society. We see all of these things. Our ancestors saw all these things. They had no choice but to try to ignore those things and just try to assimilate themselves as best as they could in the society so, you know what I'm saying, that they wouldn't be attacked.
Right.
So that they and somewhat have some kind of peace in this place. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, you know what I'm saying, where we're going to start at in the scriptures, man, because, you know what I'm saying, we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we no longer, we have to recognize that we never really had the luxury to sit around and try to be peaceful in this place. You know what I'm saying? We never had that luxury, but, you know what I'm saying, you know, at least at this point in time, we can come to the notion that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we through trial and error, which in the scripture, you don't got to go through trial and error, gosh. You know what I'm saying? you don't have to go through the trial and error because, you know what I'm saying, all the trials, you know what I'm saying, is in this book. You know what I'm saying? All the things that we supposed to do and not to do is in this book. You know what I'm saying? So it's letting you know the destruction that's gonna come behind you if you handle yourself in this way or in that way. You know what I'm saying? So if we live by the Bible, we wouldn't have had to go through trial and error. But at least nowadays, due to the history of this being in this country, due to all our leaders, you know what I'm saying, selling us out and trying to assimilate us into this society, you know what I'm saying, just, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, do what you supposed to do, and, you know what I'm saying, and have all of this together, and then maybe everything could go smooth then. You know what I'm saying? When we have our own societies, they don't even allow that to rest and fester or to get better and grow. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to preach. You got something?
Come on, so if we go a little more into it.
Come on, let's get it.
It says the order would put them on active duty, one official warned. However, that the order was just signed and it could take a day or two to get troops moving, the official spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss troop movements. The news comes hours after the Pentagon deployed about 700 Marines.
700 what?
Marines to the protest.
So you sending 700 Marines to the protest. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, our people really even know what that means. When you deploy, you know what I'm saying, Marines, that's like you're going to war. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got a military base going to a certain particular area. That's to go to war, man. That's not, you know what I'm saying, to you know what I'm saying, make things peacefully. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you are preparing to go to war with the people, man. And that's what they doing against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because you got to realize, like, right now the Hispanic man and the Haitian man, I would say, as well, you know what I'm saying, on a lesser scale.
Jamaicans.
You know what I'm saying? Jamaicans and different things of that nature on a lesser scale than the Hispanics. They're the target right now, but you got to know that, you know what I'm saying, that you know, the blacks is next when it comes down to this. They're not opening up Guantanamo Bay and these kind of places, you know what I'm saying, just for the Hispanic tribes. You will be going there too very shortly. You know what I'm saying? When they figure out how to demonize you, you know what I'm saying? When they have everybody look at how they got the Hispanic tribe, like all of these brothers that they deporting is MS-13, and they just, you know what I'm saying, causing all of this ruckus over here, when actually the Hispanic tribe is over here mostly just working, making money for their family, providing for their families, and trying to have a decent way of life. You know what I'm saying? You got it all.
So a perfect example of that, when this first started, they were so zealous about deporting the Hispanic brothers. They was deporting Native Americans.
Dang.
They was deporting
I forgot about that.
They was deporting brothers and sisters with a Latin name like Feather and Red Bull, and you know what I mean, like all these, you know, native last names. They out here, you know, showing their tribal identification papers. They're like, yeah, that's not a real ID. Like, man, this is my tribal papers. What you mean? I'm Native American. Right. They're like, nah. And they sent some brothers back into Mexico that were Native American. Good night. They even sending Hispanic brothers that have papers back across the border. Brothers that are legal citizens. They just grabbing them up, and the crazy thing about it, Officer Yardon, is these cats love to point the finger and say, you know, blacks and Hispanics are thugs, we're criminals. Right. But the way they pulling up on these people is they pulling up with masks, they hiding their face. A lot of them, they dressing in full incognito mode, just snatching people off the side of the street. If y'all the law, if y'all so justified in what you're doing, why y'all gotta hide like that? Why y'all gotta, you know, act like, you know, so suspicious? Because you know what you're doing is wrong. Damn right. You know what you're doing is evil. So you gotta hide your face, hide your identity, because you scared of the repercussions, because you know you're doing some evil stuff.
Damn right. That's heavy what you're saying, like, man. This place in this society is so wicked and hypocritical, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like that picture that you showed me earlier, it was one of the most disgusting things that I seen. But, you know, one thing that I will say, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, this continues to trend. You know what I'm saying? I did see on Facebook, you know what I'm saying, and if you could, Priest, get that for me later so we can put it up. you know what I'm saying, of the Hispanic brother and the black brother standing on the car, you know what I'm saying, with the flag or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying, because that's what needs to happen for blacks, Hispanics to stand in solidarity, you know what I'm saying, against our enemy. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that, you know what I'm saying, in this time, you know what I'm saying, that it's more prevalent now than any other time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to all stand together in solidarity against our oppressors, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we get the kingdom back. That's how we get back control of the face of this world, you know what I'm saying? But grab for me when you get a chance, Psalms 120, and we can get into the scripts, you know what I'm saying? Is there some more on the article though?
No, that was it on it. So.
Okay, that's all you want to bring out on the article. Yeah, that's heavy though for them to be deploying, you know what I'm saying, 700, you know what I'm saying, military men, you know what I'm saying, into this area. Like they dealing with somebody that's a vicious criminal. You sending the National Guard to Home Depot, you know what I'm saying? You sending, you know what I'm saying, the National Guard into hoods, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, brothers is just trying to make a living for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You sending them on job sites or just to get this one and two, you know what I'm saying, so-called illegal immigrant, you know what I'm saying? Which, you know what I'm saying, honestly, you know what I'm saying, in ISUPK, we don't respect it, you know what I'm saying, because we know the history. But, you know what I'm saying, you saying that like these people, and this is the stands that Donald Trump's want to stand on, like these people are so, you know, wicked and vicious, you know what I'm saying, he got to, you know what I'm saying, deport all the criminals out of here. When majority of these places where you see most of the biggest roundups is from people, you know what I'm saying, in places of employment, you know what I'm saying, in warehouses, you know what I'm saying, on, you know what I'm saying, on farmlands and different things of that nature. Right. You know what I'm saying, trying to earn a living for their family, man, and you treating them like hardened criminals, you know what I'm saying, trying to deport these brothers. You know what I'm saying? Whether you say they illegal or not, you know what I'm saying? In the most vicious and heinous type of ways. And these brothers are still being peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Still not, you know what I'm saying? Like even the protest was not, you know what I'm saying? Most of these protesters was not, you know, violent protests. Even after he deployed all of the National Guards, they said that 3 police officers was mildly hurt. Out of the whole protest. Now you talking about with them, you know, shooting people with rubber bullets, you know what I'm saying? Tear gas, the whole nine, and you still only 3 end up mildly hurt. That doesn't sound like it's something that you need military force for. You gotta go.
If I could, sir, even before the military came out there, they was rolling around. You know, the SWAT teams and ICE, they got their own armored vehicles.
Damn right.
They was riding throughout the city in fully armored trucks.
God.
They out there in full, you know, riot gear.
Good man.
And then you fighting civilians that's throwing rocks and bricks at y'all. You know what I mean? You find people that are throwing tires at y'all.
Right.
Like you out here with full military combat gear. And you find, cause it's LA. LA is hard as hell to get a gun. So you can't even think about a gun in LA without going to jail. You know what I mean? So you got a bunch of cats that are just literally just out there. And like you said, it began as a peaceful protest. No one that came out there really to do harm.
Right.
But once you know the tide started turning, brothers and sisters started grabbing what they could to fight back.
Damn right.
And you over here unleashing dogs, you know, unleashing, like you said, everything they got in their arsenal over people that's hitting y'all with water balloons and bricks and trash can lids. Like y'all panicking, acting like it's doomsday.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
And all of this, it doesn't stem from no like fear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Them protecting themselves or whatever the case may be. All of this stems from the hatred, man. You know what I'm saying? This comes from pure hatred. You know what I'm saying, of the Black and Hispanic and Native Indian community. This is, you know what I'm saying, which our oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he has had this hatred for us for a long period of time. It's just been a build up whenever he can just, you know what I'm saying, put something together to unleash on all of our communities. don't look like that. Don't ever think that this is finna stop in the Hispanic community. You know what I'm saying? Once they get rid of all, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say they get rid of all the so-called illegal immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Then everything is just gonna go away. No, you gonna be next. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing of it is the Most High is on the side of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? And the remnant of Israel shall stand until the Lord is returned. You know what I'm saying? To, you know what I'm saying, give us our proper place back on the face of this earth. But let's get the script, priest, if I could.
So you want verse 7 or?
No, just stay. Start at the beginning of 120.
This is the book of Psalms 120 and verse 1. A song of degrees. In my distress I cried unto the Lord, and he heard me. Verse 2. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue.
He said, deliver what?
My soul, O Lord, from lying lips and from a deceitful tongue.
What do you hear when you hear, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump speaking about the Hispanic community? When he ran and won the first time, what did he do you remember what he said about the Hispanic community at that time? Kariaj, could you just repeat that for our listening, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
Right. He said, sir, when Donald Trump first got elected, he was like, the people from Mexico, they're not sending their best. They sending rapists, they sending drug dealers, they sending murderers, thieves. He's like, and some, I assume, are good people.
You see that right there is a deceitful lips. You know what I'm saying? Especially from a man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying, before his second term, what was Donald Trump convicted of, Gargosh?
He got 35 convicted of counts, and he got convicted of what? I forgot what it's called. What is sexual assault?
What he did was he tried to pay off, you know what I'm saying, people, you know what I'm saying, for sexual assault cases that he had against himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All of these type of things, paying off judges, you know what I'm saying, doing all these wicked things, you know what I'm saying, because of the rape and stuff that he committed, man. So those are deceitful lips when somebody calls a nation something that they are. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is the real rapist. You know what I'm saying? He is the real murderer, you know what I'm saying, on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And he's showing these things that he do, you know what I'm saying, in his daily lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? That he puts on a good face like all the, you know what I'm saying, all the politicians, but you can see in his actions what he is. And now, you know what I'm saying, his so-called, you know, bestie, you know what I'm saying, is trying to shine a light on all the wickedness that he do. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know what I'm saying, just, which everybody, you know what I'm saying, should have already known that he was going to be in the Epstein file. You know what I'm saying? Who did you see Epstein on pictures with? Who did you see videos of them hanging out at parties pointing at women with? So did you think he wasn't on the Epstein files? You know what I'm saying? Come on, like, let's be real about this. You know what I'm saying? That is deceitful and lying lips. And Donald Trump is just one of the best examples at that. You got something for you?
No.
Okay, let's go.
Verse 3. What shall be given unto thee, or what shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue?
What shall be done to the man that, you know what I'm saying, speak lies, you know what I'm saying, to, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know what I'm saying, to demonize a people? You know what I'm saying? What should be done behind these things? You know what I'm saying? They should receive the punishment of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High should not just lay back and just let these people get away with these things. They're going to have to pay for what they done. You know what I'm saying? And Donald Trump will have to pay. America will have to pay for how they have demonized the Hispanic tribes, how they have demonized the black and, you know what I'm saying, and the Native Indian tribes of this land. You know what I'm saying? Calling us niggas, wetbacks, and savages, man. You know what I'm saying? These things, you know what I'm saying, they got to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put the tag of criminal thugs and, you know what I'm saying, and just vicious people, you know what I'm saying? Like, to call the people a savage, man, you know what I'm saying? What's a bigger savage on the face of the earth than a white man? You know what I'm saying? What's a bigger, you know what I'm saying? what's a more heinous, you know what I'm saying, murderer? Who's the best murderer of all time across the face of the earth? The white man. You know what I'm saying? This man is the true monster, you know what I'm saying, of this place. You know what I'm saying? But read.
If I could, sir.
No, you got it off.
Just building off what you're saying, they love, like right now they pointing the finger at this, whenever blacks and Hispanics riot or protest, they want to say how lawless we are, how criminal we are, but they did not deploy the Marines and the National Guard when the January 6th riot took the damn Capitol.
That's a heavy ass point.
They shot a cop. The cop died. They was whooping security guards, whooping police officers, beating them with the flag.
That's heavy as hell.
They took down the American flag and waved the Trump flag on top of the Capitol Hill.
They talk. This is a full. You talk about that's so heavy, y'all. That's a full blown off insurrection. You're going into a government property. You know what I'm saying? Got senators and all scared to death for their life, breaking their people offices, defecating on people's desks out. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, people are getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Cops are dying. You know what I'm saying? People dying. You know what I'm saying? And no backlash from that. You know what I'm saying? No military, you know what I'm saying? No National Guard, all these people deployed at that time. You know what I'm saying? None of this happened. You know what I'm saying? But now you talking about you send a National Guard and military force to a peaceful protest where nobody's getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? That just shows, like I said, the hypocrisy in America and this wicked nation that we're living in. You know what I'm saying? And if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you have to recognize the lies of this man that rules over us and oppress our people. We have a common enemy, and if you don't recognize this in 2025, man, you are a sad case, man. You know what I'm saying? And you looking for destruction. You are walking full blown into destruction if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian right now and you don't recognize your true enemy. And it's not the person that's standing right next to you, as your Christian pastors will tell you. Ain't nobody else doing no crime to us besides us in our communities. Why are we doing crime to each other in our communities? Because we have a lack of resources. Because we have, you know what I'm saying, been educated by the most wicked beast across the face of the world, man. And he has given us the history that his nation is great. His way of life is the greatest thing, and it got him in the greatest position. So what do you think our people are going to be turning into? You know what I'm saying? What we need to be turning to, though, is this right here. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Bible, to find, you know what I'm saying, our true way of life, the things that we are supposed to be doing to keep, you know what I'm saying, us in right standing with the Most High. So the Most High can be on our side because he's more powerful than anything that this white man can construct. You know what I'm saying? He can make the most, you know what I'm saying, secretive, hyperbolic missile, and it's not gonna be able to stand a chance against the Lord's angels. You know what I'm saying? But read.
Sharp arrows of the mighty with coals of juniper.
Read.
Verse 5. Woe is me that I sojourn in Mesech, that I dwell in the tents of Kedar.
You know what I'm saying? These is dark tents for this brother to be standing in. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the place that we living here in America as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We literally behind enemy lines right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we live in on a day-to-day basis, man, under our oppressor, man. And that's why our life is the way it is in this place. We dealing with warfare, whether we face it or not, without a military, man. We face physical warfare, financial warfare. You know what I'm saying? They look at all the famine that's going on, and Trump is constantly going through and cutting different programs to help our communities. You know what I'm saying? Food stamps and different things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? He's going to continue to do that because he's your enemy. You know what I'm saying? And all you Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives that may have supported him before he got elected, man, look at yourself in the mirror and see exactly what you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? Us in the ISUPK, we don't vote regardless. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of Democrat, Republican, we don't vote regardless because that's not our game to play. You know what I'm saying? That's the white man's game. But you, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that supported any of these candidates, this is who you elected to be over you, over top of you. Whether you voted for him or Kamala. You know what I'm saying? By even being a part of a wicked society, you know what I'm saying? This is what you elected, man. You know what I'm saying? With your so-called democracy. But read.
Come on, sir. Verse 6, my soul has long dwelt with him that hateth peace.
My soul has long dwelled, man. How long have we dwelled over here? You know what I'm saying, Karyash? How long have we been over here, you know what I'm saying, in the so-called Americas, you know what I'm saying? If you even think about when Christopher Columbus came up on those ports,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You know, if you think about all the way back then, you know what I'm saying, even before they started bringing, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Judites from the west coast of Africa, think about all the Hispanic brothers, man, that had to face, you know what I'm saying, this wicked beast. How many years, priest? When did all of that start? You know what I'm saying? When did the first white man come onto the land? When they you know, intermingling with the, you know what I'm saying, the so-called native and the you know what I'm saying, indigenous Indians, you know what I'm saying, on the lands of Puerto Rico and different things of that nature. How many years ago was that?
500 years ago. So.
About 500 years, you know what I'm saying? So you got to look at all of these years, you know what I'm saying, that we have dwelt, you know what I'm saying, with people that hate peace. You know what I'm saying? When Christopher Columbus came up on that shore and he encountered those indigenous Indians, what did he say about those people, Karya?
Right, so it said in his diary that he said these were the most peaceful people he ever met. He said they was the greatest nation on the earth.
They was the greatest nation on the earth, and he was not lying, Karya. What's so heavy is, you know what I'm saying, he's the best liar on the face of the earth.
Facts.
And he was not lying about these people.
That's facts.
These people are the greatest people on the face of the earth. He's right. He's 100% right. But then what he say after that, Karyash?
He said they must be made to work.
They must be made to work. You know what I'm saying? They must have been made by God to be my slave. Because this is a man that hate peace. You know what I'm saying? You got it, out.
Oh, man, so there was a video during the riots. Mm-hmm. You know, the LA police, you know, they was in the full tactical gear. I think it was an actual ice agent too. Mm-hmm. It was, you know, they was fighting with the tear gas and the pepper spray. Right. One thing or another led to him getting pepper spray by his own team or the protesters using pepper spray against him. Mm-hmm. He got OC'd on the face. Mm-hmm. He ran into a Mexican restaurant. The Mexican brothers and sisters nurtured him back to health. They was pouring milk in his eyes, taking off his gear, making sure he was okay. Mm-hmm. Like, we are such a compassionate people. Mm-hmm. Even when these people are out in the streets fighting to hunt us. When they out here getting hurt, we so ready to help them, but we not ready to help each other. Now you gotta think about that. Like, it's blacks and Hispanics that wanted Trump to be in office. Why? Because they wanted to get rid of the Venezuelans.
That's crazy.
Everybody demonized the Venezuelans. The Venezuelans this, the Venezuelans that. Right. And even Hispanics that never even messed with Trump was signing up for Trump to be in office to get rid of the Venezuelans. And now that this is all going on, they're so ready to do things like that to help their enemy. But when the chance was there for you to help your brother and stand by your brother, you ain't want to do it.
Man, that's so heavy what you saying. Like, what makes it so heavy, you know, when you saying that, what I thought about was this. I remember, you know what I'm saying, like, we used to have a campground right there on Pulaski in Madison. Mm-hmm. So during the George Floyd protests, right? They were out west, you know what I'm saying, and it was, you know what I'm saying, going to town on the west side right there on Madison, right? You know, throwing bricks in businesses and, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine, full out riots, you know what I'm saying? So it was a white drug head out there, you know what I'm saying, on the block. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the people, you know what I'm saying, some of the people was about to, you know what I'm saying, take off on them. And then, just like we always do, you know what I'm saying, brother come to the rescue. Hey man, y'all not finna put y'all in. That's my clucker right there. That's my junkie right there, man. Y'all not finna put y'all hands on him. Brother protected that Edomite out there.
Night.
You know what I'm saying? Now the whole neighborhood going to crap, everybody doing everything. It's just lawless and rampage going on right now. And he made sure that he protected that Edomite out there that's looking out only in that community to buy drugs. You know what I'm saying? But this, like you said, this is the way our people feel about our oppressors, man. But this man, you know what I'm saying, that we talking about, he hates peace. You know what I'm saying? The devil that the Bible speaks of, when he see that type of people that's real peaceful and not ready to go, don't want to go to war about anything, you know what I'm saying, that makes him, you know what I'm saying, just that more blood hungry. You know what I'm saying? That makes him like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, I got one now. This easy prey, this easy pickings. Like, I just can, you know what I'm saying, I could just load up on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what you don't understand. You being easy prey to this man. This man is never gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? You can act be as good as a slave if you want to, and he's never gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? You got something?
Awesome.
All right, let's get it.
Verse 7, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
I am for what?
I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war.
But when I speak, they are for war, man. When you really, you know what I'm saying, see, you know what I'm saying, that what, you know what I'm saying, a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian has to say, you know what I'm saying, because as long as we quiet, you know what I'm saying, quiet like a church mouse and doing whatever you want, you know what I'm saying, you know, they probably won't go to war with you on that spot in that type of fashion. But, you know what I'm saying, as soon as you speak up against what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and act like you got a problem with what he does, what happens? You know what I'm saying? It's all out war. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanic tribes, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, for years, you know what I'm saying, have tried their best to try to be a good slave to the society that we live in. You know what I'm saying? Always just hold their peace throughout everything. You know what I'm saying? You was just talking to me about something earlier. Karyash, could you elaborate on what you were saying to me earlier? You was telling me, you know what I'm saying, about, you know what I'm saying, just how, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic tribe, you know what I'm saying, just really just, you know what I'm saying, just really don't want to speak up.
All right, come on. Yeah, so like how it is for blacks and this, you know, for the Hispanic brothers and sisters for the longest time, like they did not want to speak up, you know, against what was going on. You know, for the longest time they were so quiet and to themselves. You know, they did everything when they came to this country. They did everything they could to try to fit into American society.
Damn right.
You know, I mean, they come to America, like I said before, they should view themselves as guests.
Right.
So if I'm coming to your house, I got to play by your rules.
Right.
You want me to pay taxes? They pay taxes. The illegal immigrants in America, the Hispanics, are one of the #1 taxpayers in America. Donald Trump ain't even pay taxes.
Good night.
But the Hispanic brothers, they paying their taxes.
It's so heavy. I don't mean to cut you off. I want you to hold that thought. But when I was in Little Village, you know what I'm saying, that's one thing that the state representative, his assistant, told us that in Chicago alone, Little Village is one of the biggest taxpaying communities out of all Chicagoland area. This includes the Gold Coast. You know what I'm saying? Little Village, which is a highly populated Hispanic area. This is the highest paying tax spot in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Over all of these wicked, you know what I'm saying, white societies that's making all type of money per year. They pay the most taxes. So that's heavy what you're saying. But go ahead,
sir. And so when they come here, they understand they got to adapt to American culture. They understand they got to fit to their society, celebrate their holidays, you know, live by their laws.
Right.
But then when all these other nations come over there, like we was talking about before, the Italians, the Jews, the Chinese, Them motherfuckers, they don't fit into the program at all.
Nah,
they keep doing exactly what they were doing right over there.
Damn
The
right.
Arabs come over. You go by where I live near Bridgeview. They got Little Palestine. There's a whole strip of nothing but Arabian stores. Everything in Arabic. Everything, you know, all of them dress how they want to dress. They don't have to worry about a damn thing. Chinatown, they good right now. You know, they facing some backlash, but just because they getting caught in the crossfire.
Right.
But they not getting picked up like the Hispanics. You know, they not getting harassed like the Salvadorians, the Guatemalans, the Ecuadorians. And these are, you know, and like I said, these are the ones that do their best to adapt to American society. And do their best to, you know, go and fight in their wars and go out here, you know, live by their laws and do everything they can to show that they're a good American and they gonna live up to being an American. But everyone else comes over here and they still Greek, they still Italian. They still who they are. Damn right. Except for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We try our best to be American, and it never works out.
Damn right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, we have to realize, you know what I'm saying? You, as a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you have to understand what's effective and what's not effective. You know what I'm saying? And being the white man's bitch is not going to be effective in this place. You know what I'm saying? You assimilating to this society is not gonna benefit you in America. You know what I'm saying? You being, you know what I'm saying, their favorite, you know what I'm saying, second class citizen is not gonna benefit you. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's gonna benefit you is if you come in ISUPK under Commander General Hunter and learn how to keep your culture, how to celebrate what you supposed to celebrate, dress how you supposed to dress. You know, live the laws, statutes, and commandments in this Bible the way that the Most High wanted you to, man, as a society. And that's what's going to benefit you in this place. But I want you to drop that. Give me Ezekiel chapter 35 and 5, if you could, priest. So we can get into, you know what I'm saying, more of, you know what I'm saying, the reason why, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using Donald Trump because he stands for a society, you know what I'm saying? And he's the top of a society that feels and thinks the way that he thinks. That's the reason why he's so successful in what he's doing, because he has a backing that wants to do exactly what he wants to get done. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you think about Obama and different presidents before, you know what I'm saying, that couldn't really accomplish everything that they wanted to accomplish. Why? Because they had pushback. They had, you know what I'm saying, to go through the Senate for this and that. Donald Trump seems to just get everything that he wants to get done. You know what I'm saying, Karyash? Why do you feel like he's able to do that, Karyash?
It's likely, sir, because he's actually like he's actually the voice of white America.
Damn,
you know what I mean? Like he's doing what they've been thinking in their mind for so long. You know what I mean? And that's why I've been telling, you know, a lot of my Hispanic relatives and everybody I know, like whenever I sit down with them, they be like, how could this happen? How could people allow this? I'm like, because they've been wanting this.
That's right.
They've been wanting this. That's why they're letting it happen.
Right.
How could they just let this happen? Because they want it to happen.
Right.
You think if they didn't want it to happen, they would. All those January 6th protesters, like we were saying, the rioters, those that tried to do a damn insurrection, they all got part of it.
Damn right.
They all got part of it. If they don't want something to happen, they'll make sure it doesn't happen.
Damn right.
They want Hispanics to be deported
Damn
one way or another. There's a little good white people out there that's out there in the protest standing up. Okay, that's one thing. But the majority of white America wants the Hispanics gone with. Like when they look at us, they just see like something vile and disgusting, and they just can't stand the sight of us. So they loving every minute of this.
Damn right. And we got to recognize that. We just got to recognize it. It's not about you going out and you trying to get a scapegoat from this and that. You just looking at, you know what I'm saying, things plain cut and dry as it is. If you look at what's going on in this society, you know what I'm saying, and the reason why Donald Trump is getting what he's getting done, which what you were saying is very heavy, the whole thing of it is he is the voice play of the people. You know what I'm saying? This is the heart of these people. These people want everything that he's doing to get done. You know what I'm saying? So when you see, you know what I'm saying, a couple white people, even when they walk up on our campsite, yeah, F Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you saying that right now, but you in a large part, you agree with the sentiments of everything that he's doing. You with him with deporting, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanic tribe. You with him with bombarding. You know, the black community always have a lot to say, but you know what I'm saying, even here, especially here in Chicago, you need to keep your damn mouth shut too, because the next uh the next people that he's gonna be deploying military force to is into your communities. You know what I'm saying? With all the killing and stuff that's going on. And he already has, you know what I'm saying, a culprit to blame for deploying it. Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, so it's on Salakia.
No, you good.
Because I saw a video like 2 weeks ago, and it broke my heart. It was a Judite sister, a black woman. She was driving the Uber, and there was a Hispanic brother in the back seat. I guess he was speaking Spanish or something, and she locked the doors on. And you know, this is South North Carolina, where they offering $1,000 per Hispanic. You know, that you turn into ICE.
Good.
So like, I'm finna go turn you in right now. She like, you people come over here. She like, you use EBT, you get on Section 8, you get on all this free government benefits, and you just use up the system and make us look bad. She like, I'm gonna go turn you in right now. And dude barely can speak English, so he's like, all he can say is no, please no. That's all he can do, cause he like, man, lady, I can't even fight with you. I don't even know what to say. Like, you just hitting me with all these accusations. I don't even know. Homie looked straight out of the construction site. He was probably on his way home, ready to go see his wife and kids. She over here cussing him out for no reason, just like, I'm gonna go turn you in right now. And just everything she was saying is exactly what white people say about black people. You know what I mean? Like the same thing they're saying about the Hispanic, they saying about you too, dummy.
Damn right.
They're looking at you like they call you Section 8 babies. You know what I mean? Like, am I wrong?
Nah. You right on point, and that's the sad case about all of these things that we're dealing with, because we don't realize that, you know what I'm saying, that the same way the white man hates the Hispanics, he hates you just the same, man. You know what I'm saying? And today, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanics is the main target. You know what I'm saying? They still targeting your community though, but they the main target right now. What happens though when he don't set his sights on the Hispanics first? You know what I'm saying? We even had a discussion with the people in Little Village, and when we were talking to them, like we realized that, you know what I'm saying, it was a period of time and how they looked at us in our community and looked down upon us because we was facing the same kind of backlash that they're now facing, just like the flip side of what you saying. So what we got to understand is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is just like when we were in a bad condition, you know what I'm saying, back in times of slavery, our Hispanic brothers did look out for us. You know what I'm saying? We did come together and we did, you know what I'm saying, they did things to assist us, you know what I'm saying, at getting out of the condition that we were when we were on a chopping block. So we need to return the favor. We need to right now come together, but this time we need to come together and stay together, man, and understand that unity is what's gonna keep us, you know what I'm saying, and on the right path.
Right.
That's the first thing to get on the right path, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Us coming together, you know what I'm saying, us understanding, you know what I'm saying, that we are not enemies, we are family. You know what I'm saying? That's the first step. But let's get the scripture, please.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Thou hast had what?
A perpetual hatred.
They have had an ongoing hatred, you know what I'm saying, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, all tribes, all 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
In the time of their calamity, in the time that we at our lowest point, they have, you know what I'm saying, thrust through us with a sword. You see blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying, you know, low on the totem pole, you know what I'm saying, going through all kind of destruction, you know what I'm saying, like I said, being bombarded on at all sides, physically, financially, emotionally, You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, they doing all types of warfare, chemical warfare on the community. Look at all the things that they put in the food that they promote to our communities. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that this stuff is not, you know what I'm saying, it's just not, you know what I'm saying, just like an overnight thing. These things have been plotted out over time. And then all of these things, they have waged against us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because of their perpetual and ongoing hatred. But read.
Come with come. Verse 6, middle of verse 5. In the time that their iniquity had an end.
And it was a time, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, our iniquity had an end, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, our punishment, you know what I'm saying, from the Lord, you know what I'm saying, it came, you know what I'm saying, we dealt with that, you know what I'm saying, but it was supposed to come to an end. But read.
Come. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, said the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood.
I will prepare thee unto what?
Blood.
So that same thing that, you know what I'm saying, that you doing to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you're going to have to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to pay for that for the same reward that you've been giving us over all this period of time. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Come will come. I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Read.
Come will come. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Even blood shall pursue thee. You know what I'm saying? So since you have not hated blood, you don't like peace. You like blood. So let's play in blood. This is how the Most High talks. You know what I'm saying? This is how the Most High deal with a vicious and wicked people. You know what I'm saying? Drop that out. Grab for me Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. So we got to understand, you know what I'm saying, what we need to be doing, you know what I'm saying, as a community, you know what I'm saying, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians all together. You got it, Bree.
So only if I may, sir, you know, what you bring out is so heavy because, you know, not only did these people, you know, steal this land from the Native Americans, you know, stole a lot of this land from, you know, the Mexicans, you know, California, that's Mexico, San Jose, Los Angeles, you know,
New Mexico,
San Francisco, like there's all Mexican names. Right. Are you surprised that Mexicans exist there?
Right.
You know, and through all of this, not only that, the way a lot of Mexicans got over here when slavery ended, they needed a lot of people to fill the roles Black people no longer was filling because they couldn't have slaves. Legally, on paper, they couldn't have slaves. Of course, they still had sharecroppers and everything else. But a large part of those sharecroppers and cotton pickers were the Hispanics.
Damn right.
And they started bringing a lot of the Hispanics over here to fill those jobs. Because they could pay them damn near nothing, but they couldn't do that to Black people anymore on paper. You know what I mean? They still did it, but they couldn't do it to the extent they was doing it to the Hispanics. So the Hispanics became the new cotton pickers in the early 1920s. And then I got a book called No Dogs, No Mexicans Allowed.
I saw that sign before.
Yeah, Con. And in the book, it says, in the 1920s, after slavery, over 90% of cotton pickers in all of America were Mexican.
Good night. That's heavy. That's heavy material, man. When you get a chance, I want to check that joint out. That's heavy material, though. But we got to understand that we all have a common enemy. You know what I'm saying? Just like the brother was bringing out. They came over here, you know what I'm saying, the indigenous people of this land, you know what I'm saying, the Native American Indians, you know what I'm saying, they robbed them of that land and they murdered them. You know what I'm saying? They came over to the west coast of Africa. You know what I'm saying? They had the real Africans, you know, over there, you know what I'm saying, rounding us up, you know what I'm saying, kill us to the tune of 100 million. Right. Killed 77 million of the natives of this land. You know, how many Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, throughout time going from, you know what I'm saying, the coast of Puerto Rico to the Americas, have they, you know what I'm saying, shipped out to Europe and killed in the process, you know what I'm saying? The numbers, you know what I'm saying, has added up over time to the point that we can't even count how many people of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the true Israelites, that they have murdered over this time, you know what I'm saying? So we have to understand what's our duty you know what I'm saying, as a people, you know what I'm saying, to keep moving forward, you know what I'm saying? But read.
There's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather what?
Gather yourselves together.
Gather yourselves together, man. Read.
Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
O nation what?
Not desired.
Who is not desired on all the face of the earth? You know what I'm saying? Who is not desired in none of these domains? You know what I'm saying? If you look at, you know what I'm saying, Cuba, you know what I'm saying, the people that, they do the worst. You know what I'm saying? If you look in, you know what I'm saying, Europe, you look all over, you know what I'm saying, the face of the earth, you know what I'm saying, who is the nations that's not desired? Karyash?
Called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
These are the peoples that they don't desire. You know what I'm saying? They don't desire us to be anywhere. Why, though? Because of their perpetual hatred. This has nothing to do with you as a people. As you see, when people encounter you, you know, like just like Christopher Columbus, they understand that you the best thing since sliced bread. You got all the talent in the face of the earth to create anything out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You come from the ghetto, you making the best food, you know what I'm saying? You making tell me who cooks better than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, you know what I'm saying, who dress better than us. Who you know what I'm saying, who creates more, you know, technology than us. You got
sir, if I could. Because Cinco de Mayo just passed. All these white people that was talking all that deport them, send them back, was out here talking about Taco Tuesday and getting drunk and drinking tequila all on Cinco de Mayo.
right.
On the day you talking, on the same breath you saying deport the Hispanics, send them back.
Damn right.
And you enjoying the culture of these people, the
Damn
food
right.
of these people. You know, they looking at our women like something to feast upon, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
That's one thing that I left out. It's a lot to our women, man, for, you know, said even them being a second thought. But man, who got more beautiful women on the face of the earth than the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian?
Right.
Man, it ain't nothing that's such an I can't even understand a brother, you know what I'm saying, taking time to even get with a goddamn dog when you got all of these different tribes that you can pick from. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna surpass, you know what I'm saying, beautiful black women, you know what I'm saying, Hispanic women and Native Indian women, and go grab me a dog. Karyash, you gotta explain something to me, brother. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go grab a dog with no ass. You know what I'm saying, no ass at all.
No pigmentation, and cook.
Man, come on. I never seen it. I never be attracted to that pale skin. Like, it's something about, you know what I'm saying, just like the hue of a sister, you know what I'm saying, with that brown skin, or you know what I'm saying, or even a light skin, you know what I'm saying, Hispanic woman, you know what I'm saying, just it's something about that flavor that it comes with it, you know what I'm saying, they you know what I'm saying, they can't touch, man, you know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, that's neither here nor there, right? Let's get back to the script, bro.
Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Before the day of the Lord's anger, we need to understand that, you know what I'm saying, that time is coming, man, right now. That time is really coming and it's showing, you know what I'm saying? So it's no time like right now for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come together. But we have to realize, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, this society, you know what I'm saying, and how we living, you know what I'm saying, is the reason why we still in our condition. We cannot be too, you know what I'm saying, arrogant to feel like, you know what I'm saying, that we just gonna be able to just continue to live life how we living it.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm gonna just take care of me and mine. I ain't gonna worry about everybody else. This is not the time for that. This is the time to come together, because whether you feel like you have a comfortable life right now or not, the day is coming to where, like I said, he takes the sight off of the Hispanic brothers. He takes the sight up, you know what I'm saying, his sights off the Jamaican and Haitian brothers. You know what I'm saying? And that is going to be pointed, that hatred that you seeing in these communities is going to be pointed directly at you. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you've been a good slave, or how long you've been a good slave, you know what I'm saying? All of these things ain't going to matter to him, because he has a bloodthirst. You know what I'm saying? And somebody And when that bloodthirst revs up, somebody has to pay for it. Somebody has to get the short end of the stick of that thing. And who is that going to be? That's going to be you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Until you come back to the Most High. I want you to drop that. Go back to Ezekiel for me. Grab chapter 37 and verse 21. You know what I'm saying? Us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have to understand that all of these things has been prophesied, and we are coming to a time to where the Most High is going to rectify all of these situations. But we have to first understand, you know what I'm saying, that this right here is our life. This is our history. This is not a religious book, whether you understand that or not. This Holy Bible, you know what I'm saying, this is not a religious book. This is the records of a people, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that have not understood who we were before, you know what I'm saying, we became who this oppressor has called us. You know what I'm saying, that before we've been given a language that our oppressors speak. You know what I'm saying, the reason why, you know what I'm saying, the Hispanics speak Spanish is because of what, Karyash?
Because of the conquistadors.
Because the conquistadors, they spoke Spanish. Their oppressors spoke Spanish. Why do the Haitians speak French, Karyash?
Because the French enslaved them.
Because the French enslaved them. You know what I'm saying? Why do, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Negro or black people in America speak English, Karyash?
Because the Englishmen enslaved them.
So before we, you know what I'm saying, we don't even know the language that our people speak. You know what I'm saying? We live over in Africa, on the west coast of Africa. Africa speaks how many languages, Karyash?
What do you say, 100 or something?
It's too many to count, you know what I'm saying, that languages that Africans speak. You know what I'm saying? But we not Africans, you know what I'm saying? We spoke a language before, you know what I'm saying? Our people have a language, you know what I'm saying? And we don't understand who we are. But we got to understand this, you know what I'm saying, that we had a history before we was enslaved by our oppressors, you know what I'm saying? That leads back to before, you know what I'm saying, we got these wicked languages and these ways of life and these dumb religions that we follow. You know what I'm saying? And this is the words that's written in these holy Bibles. Our records, our history before, you know what I'm saying, we was conquered. You know what I'm saying? But let's get that script, priest.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, and verse 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will be gathered them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
And he will what?
Bring them unto their own land.
And bring them unto their own land. Like you just read where, you know what I'm saying, the children of Israel, which cut a lot of these so-called Christians, you know what I'm saying, which always want to link us up, you know what I'm saying, with the heathens and saying the heathens can be saved as well. The Lord did not say in the Bible that he's going to save everybody. He said he's going to save his people out of these lands as they are among heathens. Right. They are among heathens, but he going to bring them out and bring them back to their own land. Read.
Come. Verse 22, I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all.
And one king should be king to them all. He will make us one nation. You know what I'm saying? This is the prophecy of the Most High, bringing all of the nations of Israel back together to be one nation. But read.
Come. And one king shall be king to them all.
And one king shall be king to them all. You know what I'm saying? This is a prophecy of our king, Yahushua. Read.
Come. And they shall be no more two nations.
And they shall be no more what?
Two nations.
They should not be no more two nations, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of the hatred. Let's get out of the, you know what I'm saying, the tribalism that we face. Let's get out of the colorism that we face among each other, and the hatred and the petty, you know what I'm saying, quarrels that we may have with each other as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to recognize that our enemy, you know what I'm saying, that we face, you know what I'm saying, is way more beneficial for us to join together and fight him than to be fighting petty differences with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the same. We are from the same bloodline. You know what I'm saying? And we go through the same perils. You know what I'm saying? And the same conditions in this place. You know what I'm saying? It may look different. You know what I'm saying? Might have a, you know what I'm saying, a different ring to it. But this oppressor is doing exactly to the Hispanics as they doing to the Native Indians, as they doing to the blacks. So we need to stand together against this wicked society, man. Read.
Come. And they shall be no more two nations.
There shall be no more what?
They shall be no more two nations.
Read.
Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
They shouldn't be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. You know what I'm saying? We should look at our Hispanic brothers as brothers just like us. That's why we say that, you know what I'm saying, like we wasn't with the whole, you know what I'm saying, what they call it, FBAs, all talking about, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics ain't say nigga.
Right.
They niggas just like us, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just like the Hispanics is niggas like us, the so-called Native American Indians are niggas just like us as well. You know what I'm saying? We should all be one. Read.
Come. Verse 23, neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols.
Neither shall they what?
Defile themselves no more with their idols.
This is what you got to understand. You got to let them funky religions go, man. You got to let them, let the white man have his God back. You know what I'm saying? The God of Christianity. Let the Arab man have his God back, the God of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Let the Chinese man have their God back, the God of Buddha. You know what I'm saying? And all of these other wicked things that y'all follow on the face of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop following them stinking idols. You know what I'm saying? I know you lived among the land and that's what the people there did, but you have to understand that this is your culture right here in the Holy Bible, man. And Christianity have done a double, you know what I'm saying, catastrophe by trying to steal your records, you know what I'm saying, shorting them down and trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to pass it off as their word of God. When Christianity was just established how long ago? And how old is the Bible? You know what I'm saying? And the Dead Sea Scrolls. Right. You know what I'm saying? These records existed before Christianity was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't understand that, then you just don't know history, man. And you need to study your history. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Come. Nor would their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions.
Detestable
things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places.
You save them out of what?
All their dwelling places.
All of these places that we dwell, man. All these places we live, you know what I'm saying? This is not our home. You know what I'm saying? We have made these places home because this is where our families and stuff, you know what I'm saying, been you know what I'm saying, been born and raised there, but this is not our land. You know what I'm saying? But he is gonna get us out of these lands. Read.
Come. I will save them out of all their dwelling places when they have sinned, and will cleanse them.
So wherein they have sinned, you know what I'm saying? We have sinned against the Most High, living and assimilating ourselves to America. Living and assimilating ourselves to Europe, living and assimilating ourselves to China and even to Africa. We have to understand these things, man. You know what I'm saying? We have sinned against the Most High. Read.
Come. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God.
So we be his people again once we start to learn and follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Get our culture back. Stop following and assimilating with these heathens. You know what I'm saying? Then we will be his people again and he will be our God again. Meaning what? You know what I'm saying? We no longer, you know what I'm saying, as out here without a God that's gonna protect us from all the wickedness of this world. That's what you are right now, you know what I'm saying, as like little children, or just like the Bible describes you, little sheep out here with no protection, no shepherd, you know what I'm saying, nobody to save you, you know what I'm saying, because your God ain't your God because you are continuing to sin against him. But when you come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, you become his people again, and he becomes your God again. That's becoming a saint. You know what I'm saying? Drop that. I want you to grab 2 Thessalonians 2 and 1, and we're going to end it with that.
There's the book. Is it 2 and 1?
Second Thess 2 and 1.
There's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1.
Get that with you. Go.
There's the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him.
And by what?
Gathering together unto him.
This is 3 different scriptures. All of these scriptures is talking about, you know what I'm saying, what we need to do with Kariah. It's saying that we got to gather together, man. So we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, now we getting the call to gather together, you know what I'm saying, under our king. You know what I'm saying? This is even, you know what I'm saying, deeper than the other 2, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, the other 2 talking about, you know what I'm saying, especially the one we just read, talking about our king who's coming. Now we have our king that we need to gather under, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get, the brother Paul is, you know what I'm saying, telling them we got to gather together under our King Christ. Read.
Come on, sir. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand.
Because the day of Christ is at hand. Don't be shaken and torn, and you know what I'm saying, and started to lose faith and hope, you know what I'm saying, of what's to come. You know what I'm saying? You know, the day of Christ is at hand. You know what I'm saying? That day where things are going to be turned right side up. You know what I'm saying? The world right now is turned upside down, but it should not be like that for long. The day of Christ is at hand, but first that comes with us gathering together. First that come up with us coming up under our King, following the law, statutes, and commandments. But read.
Come. Verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come.
For that day, no man deceive you, you know what I'm saying, by any means. That means your Christian pastors. That means, you know what I'm saying, your fake leadership. These people don't have your best interests in mind. They got dollar signs on their mind, man. They're not thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody deceive you, for that day shall not come. Read.
Come. Except there coming falling away first, and that son of sin, that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And that be a falling away first. This has to be a falling away first. You have to fall away from what you have learned to love in this place, man. You know what I'm saying? If you look at all the publications, it would teach you to, you know, hate yourself and love that white man. You know what I'm saying? The son of perdition. This is the author of confusion. This is the author of all mischief towards you. You know what I'm saying? That son of perdition, man. That the white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, you have to, that has to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? That man has to be revealed, and you have to fall away from this society. Fall away from celebrating their wicked holidays. Fall away from assimilating yourself to all of their different cultures. You know what I'm saying? And come back to serve the Most High, you know what I'm saying, under Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to pass the class off to Priest and Officer Kariash.